Hi students, today we are going to deal with another topic in metals and non-metals. Today we are going to study about chemical properties of metals and non-metals. In the previous class we dealt about physical properties of metals. What are the physical properties of metals? They are malleable, ductile, then they are hard, sonorous, etc. So today we are going to deal with chemical properties of metals and non-metals. Before going into the topic, you want to know how the litmus paper react with acid and base. Okay, so that's we are going to first discuss. You know that the litmus paper which is available in both red and blue color, isn't it? Yes. Then the red litmus paper. How the red litmus paper work? Red litmus paper. Okay. When a red litmus paper dipped or immersed in a basic solution. Okay. If it is in basic solution, what happens? It changes to what? Blue color, isn't it? Yes. A red litmus paper in basic solution. Basic solution turns to blue color. Okay. When we are dipping a red litmus paper in a basic solution, the red litmus paper changes to blue color. Then if we are immersing a blue litmus paper in a basic solution, is there any change? There is no color change. Okay, if we are putting a blue litmus paper in basic solution, there is no any color change. What about then the blue litmus paper? Okay, when we are immersing a blue litmus paper in an acidic solution, then that turns into what? Red color. Okay, blue litmus paper in acidic solution. Solution turns to red color. Okay, then if a blue litmus paper is put or immersed in a basic solution, what happens? Is there any color change? No, there is no any color change. Okay, so red litmus can change the basic solution into blue color, and a blue litmus paper can changed by a acidic solution to a red color. Is it clear for you? Okay. This to be in your mind before we going to the chemical properties of metals and non-metals. Now we are moving to that. Okay. Okay. I am rubbing this. Okay. Chemical properties of metals and non-metals, which means we are reacting our metals to oxygen, water, acid, bases, etc. First we are going to study what happens a metal react with oxygen. Okay, a metal is reacting with oxygen. What happens when metal react with oxygen? I will tell you, it is a metal is reacting with oxygen. Then the product will be a metal oxide. Okay, when a metal react with oxygen, they are forming the product is metal oxide. Metal oxide. Okay, when a metal react with oxygen, to form metal oxide. Then what the nature of this metal oxide? These metal oxides are basic in nature. Basic in nature. Okay, when we are putting a litmus paper having a red color, immersing in a metal oxide, then we get which color? A blue color, which means metal oxides are basic in nature. Metal oxides can change red litmus to blue, that is red litmus to blue litmus. Okay, so we can say that the metal oxides are basic oxides or basic in nature. So what will be the product when metal react with oxygen? Metal react with oxygen to form metal oxide, and this metal oxide is basic in nature. How we can identify that? When we are putting or immersing a red litmus paper, then the metal oxide shows a color change from red to blue. So that we can say that it is a basic in nature. Okay, are you clear? Let's see an example. When here I am going to take a metal. Say magnesium. Magnesium is a metal. Here I am going to burn the magnesium in air. When magnesium burns in air, it's combined with oxygen of air to form magnesium oxide. Okay, here I am taking a metal called magnesium. Okay, magnesium. Magnesium plus here I am reacting with oxygen. Okay, here I am taking oxygen. Then what will be the product? A metal oxide, that is here I taken magnesium. So the oxide will form by this magnesium. This magnesium oxide is forming here. That is magnesium. Magnesium oxide is formed here. Okay, then what about the chemical formula? How can you represent this magnesium? It's Mg. It is the symbol for magnesium. So that Mg. Okay, Mg react with oxygen. How we write oxygen? O2, isn't it? O2 gives magnesium oxide. The formula is MgO. Okay, magnesium oxide. Okay, then here we have to balance the equation. So I am putting here 2, then here also 2. So now this is the balanced chemical equation of this reaction. Okay, so the magnesium, it is a metal, can react in the presence of oxygen, or it can burns in air, which means in air we have oxygen. We have oxygen for burning something, isn't it? So magnesium is burning here, which means magnesium react with oxygen to form magnesium oxide. What about the nature of this metal oxide or magnesium oxide? It is basic in nature, isn't it? Basic. Which means a red litmus paper can turns to blue in case of magnesium oxide. So are you clear? Then what about this magnesium oxide is again reacting with water. Okay, magnesium oxide is reacting with water to form magnesium hydroxide, MgOH twice. Okay, magnesium oxide again react with water to form magnesium hydroxide. Okay, that is also you want to study. Then it is an example for the reaction of metal with oxygen. So our first property is that metal react with oxygen to form metal oxide. Then another example that given in your textbook is iron. Iron is reacting with oxygen. What happens when iron react with oxygen? What happens when iron react with oxygen? Yes, iron react with oxygen to form an oxide of iron. That is iron oxide is forming here. Let's write that. Okay, the iron metal. Okay, iron is reacting with oxygen. The iron metal is combining or reacting with oxygen. Okay, oxygen, and there is also the presence of water. The reaction will happens in the presence of moisture water to give iron oxide. Iron oxide. Is it clear? That is, here I am taking a metal. Iron is a metal. It reacts with oxygen in the presence of moisture or water to form iron oxide. So we can say that iron metals reacts or combines slowly with oxygen of air. Oxygen is present in air. Then in the presence of water or moisture to form iron oxide. This iron oxide is also called rust. We are calling it as rust. Okay, which means the iron in presence of oxygen and water forming iron oxide. The name for iron oxide is rust. Are you clear? This is also an example for the reaction between metal and oxygen to form metal oxide. Okay, the chemical formula is 4Fe plus oxygen 3O2 plus water H2O, 2 molecules of H2O to form iron oxide. 2 molecules of iron oxide is forming. Formula of iron oxide is Fe2O3H2O. Okay, this is the rust. Then what about the nature of this iron oxide? They are basic in nature, which means it can turn a red litmus to blue litmus. Are you clear? Okay, then we are going to study what happens a non-metal react with oxygen. That we are going to study the next. And rubbing here. Now I am changing this metal by a non-metal. Okay, I am rubbing it here. That is, I am taking a non-metal here. Okay, one non-metal. Okay, then non-metal react with oxygen. Okay, non-metal is reacting with oxygen. Then what will be the product? The product will not be metal oxide. The product will be what? Non-metallic oxide. Okay, non-metallic oxide. Okay, so what we can say? A non-metal react with oxygen to form a non-metal oxide or non-metallic. You can write metal. Okay, non-metal oxide. Okay, non-metal oxide. So, what happens when a non-metal react with oxygen? A non-metal react with oxygen to form a non-metallic oxide. Okay, let's see an example. Before going to the example, what is the nature of this non-metallic oxide? Non-metallic oxides are acidic in nature. Okay, acidic in nature. Which means a blue litmus can changes to what? Red litmus. Okay, red litmus. So we can say that the non-metallic oxide formed by the reaction of metal and oxygen gives an acidic solution, or it can change a blue litmus to red litmus. Okay, let's see an example. The example for that, I am taking a non-metal, say sulfur. Okay, I am taking a non-metal sulfur. Okay, sulfur plus oxygen. What will be the product? Sulfur dioxide. Sulfur dioxide. Okay, so a non-metal sulfur react with oxygen to form sulfur dioxide. Then I am writing the formula, that is sulfur means S plus oxygen O2 gives SO2. That is the SO2 formed here is in which nature? They are in acidic nature. Acidic nature. Okay, so we can say that when sulfur burns in air, here sulfur is burns in air, it combines with oxygen in air. Okay, it combines with oxygen in air to form sulfur dioxide. This sulfur dioxide formed is acidic in nature, which means sulfur dioxide can change a blue litmus to red litmus. Okay, then again, if the sulfur dioxide formed is reacting with water to form sulfurous acid. Okay, sulfurous acid. H2SO3, that is sulfurous acid. It is sulfurous acid. Which means it is an acid. It can change a blue litmus to red litmus. Okay, so what we studied today? We studied about how the metals and non-metals react with oxygen. When a non-metal react with oxygen, metal reacting with oxygen to get what? A metal oxide. Metal oxide which is basic in nature. Okay, basic in nature, and metal with non-metal with oxygen gives a non-metallic oxide that is acidic in nature. Okay, acidic in nature, and we have seen the examples also. For metal reacting with oxygen, we had seen what the example? Example is magnesium burns in air. Burns in air. Then iron. Rusting of iron is an example for metal reacting with oxygen to metal oxide. And what about the non-metal example? Non-metal example is our sulfur. Sulfur burns in air. Okay, so this is the example for a non-metal reacting with oxygen, that is sulfur burns in air to form sulfur dioxide. It is acidic in nature. And for example, for metal reacting with oxygen is magnesium burns in air or iron rusting. Okay, iron rusting. So these are the examples. Then you have to be careful about the litmus paper reaction also. Okay, let's wind up today's section here. Thank you.